Hey everybody, this is True Disciple bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary. Today we have Game 3 of DeLoAdEr versus Hasu. Yes, versus Hasu. And I was confused there. I double clicked and I thought I had two Terrans there. But no, we have DeLoAdEr spawning up in the north location and here on Desert Oasis, and Hasu spawning down on the southern location. I really like this map a lot. It's really short distance for flying units, but an extremely long scouting and rush distance. I know a lot of players dislike that, especially those that like to rush. But I like myself, who like more of the mid game, long game. With an occasional rush, I definitely like a nice map like this on Desert Oasis. So as I mentioned, this is Game 3 of a best of 3, where we saw that Hasu decisively won the first match. Very interesting back and forth between DeLoAdEr and Hasu, and Hasu able to pull it out in the end by superior macro and just able to win an economy and eventually whittle DeLoAdEr's army down by taking out his expansion 2 times in that first game. And then DeLoAdEr showing in the second game that he is not to be discounted in this matchup, and that he is definitely a formidable opponent. And so here we see Hasu as normal. He always likes to send out that early scout on 9 right after getting down the first pylon. A lot of players will wait till 12 until they get their first gateway, but I guess this is an extremely good tactic against Terran, especially Terrans that tend to wall off early on. You might get there after a 12 gate and find that you can't get in. So here we go. He's harassing yet again, poking at SCVs and waiting until he's able to get his shield to recharge, and continuing to scout. Meanwhile, the first Marine is about to come out, so I think that Hasu will probably run this probe away so that he doesn't lose it. Meanwhile, we see that Gateway is almost complete, and he's getting that early gas again. I'm wondering if we've seen the same build from Hasu. Both the first games, we saw a 3-gate Robo, and so I'm wondering if he's going to go for that exact same build as he has the first 2 games. So meanwhile, we saw that DeLoAdEr went for 2 similar builds. He went for the 1-1-1 build in the first game. As I mentioned in the first game, if you're a Husketeer, you might know it as the Destiny Cloud Fist build. He went for that, and then in the next game he went for almost 1-1-1, but he threw down his barracks factory and an extra barracks then into Starport. Still pretty quick with the Starport. And here this SCV is just getting harassed by four of Hasu's probes, but able to get out with his life, only losing 20 health there. And Hasu is chrono boosting out his first Stalker. Which you'll notice in the first 2 games, I think, if I remember correctly, he pumped out a Zealot first. But in this game, he did wait until he got his Cyber Core down, and went straight for the chrono boosted Stalker. As on this map, it is extremely common on this map to it's extremely common on this map to get Reapers, because the Reaper rush distance is so short, and you can jump up on both sides, or you used to be able, excuse me, I forgot that in this is post-patch 1.1, where they have completely changed this map, and you are no longer able to jump with Reapers at all here. So that does change it, but the rush distance is still really short, and so Reapers are quite strong on this map. And here we see that he's gone for an early Stargate, and he's getting out of Phoenix. So we are definitely seeing a different build. A second Gateway is going down, but definitely a very different build coming from Hasu for this game. And as I mentioned before, I mean, air is just so favorable on this map. I'm definitely a huge fan of air on this map, and I myself play Protoss and always go for some kind of Void Ray or Phoenix relatively early in the game on this matchup. And so meanwhile, we see that we have a similar build from Game 2 going on for DeLoAdEr, and he's getting out his first Banshee. He isn't researching Cloak yet, but as you mentioned, air is just so powerful on this map, And so, excuse me, that's a Viking being built. Did the Banshee? I thought I saw a Banshee being built. Maybe he made a mistake. But here we go with the harass coming from Hasu with those two Phoenixes, which are just so great, able to pick off two two SCVs, and just force DeLoAdEr to pull these Marines and pull them back into his base. I mean, the distance is so long for Marines to travel on this map if they're not in a dropship that once you commit and you run from your base, if you get halfway away and a harassment comes in like this, there's just really nothing you can do about it unless you have some kind of air units to defend against it. But as we know, Phoenixes are far superior to Vikings. Although a Viking with a couple of Marines under him is quite powerful, but they're again able to harass again, able to take off another SCV. And I mean, the scouting is just great there. I'm wondering at this point what DeLoAdEr has seen in Hasu's base. And I mean, he hasn't been in this base since before the starport was being built. And so he's not seeing much at this point. The harassment continuing. And we have another one. So, and there we go. More being picked off. He still hasn't even lost one of these Phoenixes yet, and they're just getting so many of those those SCV kills. And so DeLoAdEr finally deciding to get down an engineering bay, and really beautiful harass there, picking up and killing some Marauders that are unable to attack air, killing some Marines and Marauders very nicely there. And now Hasu going for his expansion, which is it's a relatively late expansion. We see that DeLoAdEr already has his expansion up and is morphing it into an orbital command now. So he's got the Ghost Academy, and so he is able to EMP, which is actually the EMP will be extremely useful if he's able to get all these Phoenixes at once, because he will completely remove their ability to lift. Although they will just regenerate and come back. But here we go. He might lose. No, very, very good micro there. A beautiful, beautiful micro with these Phoenixes. I mean, Phoenixes are they're not that great in the platinum level and lower. I mean, they can be used quite well, but they are very difficult to micro. You need to be a very skilled player and micro them extremely well to use them effectively. And I mean, a platinum player could micro these very well, but then they would fall behind on macro most likely. And so as we see, Hasu able to keep his macro up and keep his micro up at the same time, able to control these Phoenixes. I myself really like this build, but I'm just I'm unable personally to control the Phoenixes so well while keeping up on my macro, and I guess I just need some practice on it. But that was a beautiful snipe there, stopping the production of that missile turret. I mean, that just taking up that SCV, and here he's going to grab that other SCV and pull away. Still has not lost a single one of those Phoenixes, just controlling them so extremely well. And I mean, let's check the units lost tab at this point. Really, look at this, 18 units lost. 18 units lost for DeLoAdEr. For a total of 1425 minerals lost, and not a single unit lost for Hasu yet. I mean, if that isn't beautiful micro, I don't know what is. There it is. Looks like the first unit going down. Not even yet losing a single unit. Hasu is just playing extremely well in this game. This is absolutely incredible, just completely dominating DeLoAdEr with this Phoenix harass. And here we see the observer in here is kind of watching what's going on, and DeLoAdEr is kind of phasing into this full-on barracks build, and it looks like he just wants to stockpile up some mass Marines to be able to deal with this Phoenix harass that has been plaguing him. And here, look at Hasu just chilling above DeLoAdEr's base before deciding to actually pick anything up, taking his time, moving around, sniping a medevac here. I mean, this is just such effective harassment. Anybody who likes Phoenix play, this is a game to really take note of and really see what's going on. And you see 25 units lost and 0 units lost for Hasu. This is just incredible gameplay. And look at this, unlucky, caught right as he throws down the command center at this gold expansion and getting sniped once again. And here we go. The smart army is moving back and forth. it looked like Hasu just, I mean, able to just hang out over, able to hang out over his opponent's base, over DeLoAdEr's base, with without any attacks against him, able to just sit there. And it looks like DeLoAdEr finally able to get one missile turret up here, and he's got a missile turret in both of his mineral lines, which is very helpful. But I mean, with the shields, the Phoenixes are still able to, they can still run in and snipe 2 or 3 SCVs and run back out before a missile turret can take even one of them down. And Hasu smartly going into these charge lots. He's got a lot of charge lots, which is extremely effective against this M&M ball that Hasu is going for him. And he doesn't even have the concussive shell upgrade yet, and he's not upgrading. He is getting weapons infantry level 1. And did he finally use a unit there? No, he did not. He still has not lost a single unit. This is just incredible. I am amazed by this. And there we go. He's got the storm now too, and he just dropped the first storm, weakening those units, sending in those lots. And look at all this, the storms, beautiful micro. Coming in here and just lifting off units, and there is the GG coming from DeLoAdEr for this awesome match of 3 games. And I mean, in the end, that was just superior micro from Hasu with those Phoenixes. Incredible micro. Looking at the end, I mean, 69 units lost by DeLoAdEr and only 7 lost by Hasu. I mean, it definitely has to be said that DeLoAdEr wasn't playing on the top of his game. He wasn't playing quite as well as he played in the first 2 games. But, I mean, after seeing the first 2 games, we know that DeLoAdEr is not a bad player. He is a good player. And so this was just incredible micro, incredible play by Hasu. And I just have to say, well played. And definitely a good best of 3 by both players. This is True Disciple signing off.